it's the doctor in the house. Dr. Love, not the love doctor. People keep getting it mixed up and misconstrued and putting it into all the perspectives that they want to. It is not, I am not a love doctor. I'm just a doctor. And I move with things very surgical. And one of the things I wanted to touch on today is changing the times for the social mediaites, basically. Due to recent events, people contacting me whenever, I've been too accessible. Now I need to add some value to the doctor and remove myself from you gaining access so easily. So now what I've done is I've got 15 hours for me to be in the Trill zone and 9 hours to interact. You know, it gives me time to, because this is also my work, but you have to, I've now been forced, should I say, to put a time limit on how I interact with the public concerning texting back, etc, etc. So it's like texts coming in at a certain time, I'm gonna have to remove my phone's gonna be out of sight for at least 15 hours. Only to those who need me. I'm talking about immediate family, I'm talking about my kids who are my priority, I'm talking about my people, like, you know, just like, you know who you know who you are. I don't really need to get too in depth with that. What it is, what I'm going to be touching on today is the fact that I've now got different times where I'll be working with people, and the times are as follows: 12 midday to 9 p.m. After these hours, outside of these hours, should I say, calls will not be answered, texts will not be answered, replied to, should I say, that's the word I'm looking for, sorry, I have to think for a second. Yeah, messages will not be replied to, calls will not be answered, and many people doing so after these hours which are allocated, I haven't got the time for you. I will not be texting you back to say, well, etc, etc. That will not be happening. So the hours are between 12 midday to 9 p.m. If I don't contact you, there is no need for anyone, and this is not exempt. No one is exempt at the minute, because I'm going to explain that in more detail as to why no one is exempt. And it's all about going back to the video I showed you, respect and manners. And you see, respect is a fine line. You know, you can lose respect for someone very quickly, and you can gain respect like from understanding another person's struggle, story, etc. Stuff like these, which I'm not going to then go into because I've already dealt with that about 10, 15 videos back. And while you're here, while you're watching this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. I'll be telling you that again further down this video. This is breaking down the levels, so I've got to take my time to elaborate, and I can't really say it too quick. I always say Trill ATV, never anything long, but sometimes you need to delve into things. It's not long, but I need to delve into it so you understand where I'm coming from, and then so we can move forward. So that's what I'm dealing with today, the opening times. And as I said, no one is exempt except, you know, immediates, you know, my kids, you know, and my people who know who you are. So you're going to be, because people who are my people won't be called. Yeah, not going to get too deep into that. So it's just that situation at hand. So again, let me repeat this again. The opening times will be as followed: 12 midday, and I close, my lines are closed at 9 p.m. which then out of that time I haven't got the time for you, so I won't be replying to you. And that's basically it, really. And a lot of people might kick up a lot of stink about this, you see, but due to, as I said, due to recent events on social media and people just calling me, you had people sending 4 or 5 messages a day, and I'm saying to them, look, I've got things to do, and people just don't understand. They don't get it, they don't understand. Then I've got men, not women, men, texting at early hours in the morning. I don't know if these are fake accounts, I don't know what it is. It's a joke that I find not funny. It's not funny at all. It's a joke I don't find funny at all whatsoever. So I'm sleeping, and sometimes, you know, people got different aspects and different things that they're dealing with in their life, and if people don't understand that, then you won't never understand anything, you see. So this is the reason why I'm setting these times 12 to 9, because they are appropriate times when I'm feeling energized, ready for you, because I've got to do things for my own, in my own time. So this will be obviously uploaded during working hours, and the working hours I'm going to keep repeating is 12 to 9, because some people might not, it's like, I feel like I talk sometimes and people can't hear what it is that I'm saying. So I've got to use repetition to get my point across. So that's basically what we're talking about today, the opening times. There was a not even small, because it frustrated my mind. Well, there was events on social media, Facebook, you can catch me on there, Trill, where people are trying to contact me at early hours in the morning, men, so to speak, not women, men, because women know better. Women get contacted at them hours by other men. Very rare, very, very rare for a female to be contacting you at them times in the morning. And that's what I love about females, because I should be contacting you, which I won't be contacting you at them times in the morning because it's inappropriate. And so I'm getting contacted by male figures trying to strike relationships at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, I have been told, I have been slandered on social media to say that me, should answer calls at 6:45 to anyone, because it could be a matter of, they could be dying, they could have mental health issues, it could be urgent, it could be all these things. I have got my own life. I'm not here to attend to everybody's needs. Does that make sense? Yes, I am a doctor. Yes, I've helped many people. Yes, I've administered different techniques outside of the ordinary, or should I say unorthodox methods. However, my methods work, and the people who have interacted with me, they know that these methods work, so to speak. But now I've put a time limit on how you can get in contact with me, because I need to be in my zone. My zone is very precious to me, and so now I've put it down to opening times, because whether you got mental health issue, where you were whatever it is that you were doing, I have got my own life, so I will not be answering any phone calls early hours in the morning. It has to be really like, and I don't think the people that are contacting me, it's to do with life or death. Me personally, from what I can see, they're just trying to gain some kind of friendship, and I'm here to say I'm not here for it. I'm a doctor. Whether you want to say he's got his PhD or whatever it is that you want to do, but you will get surgically removed. And there's so many different ways to deal with so many outcomes, so many situations, so many circumstances. It's unbelievable. And I've had time to think, time to bring myself back in, time to gather my thoughts, focus. And I think to myself, okay, this is how we're going to approach the situation, because on social media, I'm out here and I'm making myself accessible to everyone. It has to stop. Also, by doing this, it's going to show who has respect for you and who hasn't. Because showing respect for another human being means that you have respect. You're respectful. But let's not get into that. Go back to the videos, 10, 15 videos back. And it's like, during I'm dealing with all these situations, I'm dealing with a lot of things and I'm looking at a lot of things and I'm putting a lot of evaluations together and seeing, hold on. So, and I'm saying, okay, so you're allowed to do this and do that. So you're telling me what to do, how to conduct myself. And I see it with a lot of people that I'm probably close with or I come into interaction with. Everybody seems to want to tell me what to do, how to conduct myself, what I should be doing. How come you're not doing this? And I've said to many different friends or many different people, I have a problem with authority, whether they want to accept it or not. So, yeah, someone dictating to me to tell me what to do, because that's the problem I had on social media. And you see what it is, doing this Trill ATV, recording, vlogging, all this kind of stuff. People are very sensitive, people are very comical, people are very limited. And it's not about watching what I'm putting out. I'm putting out stuff how it is, how I see it. I'm gonna get scrutinized, yes I will. But the little bit of scrutiny I get, I'm gonna get a whole lot more likes than the scrutiny, because there are real people out here that deal with real issues and they're looking at certain situations and thinking, hey, it's called for. Wait a minute a second. Yeah, it's called for. And so I'm dealing with situations accordingly, calling it how I see it, and putting it out there. If I'm not here to offend anybody, but I can't be everyone's cup of tea. It's just very, very impossible, you know. And from what I see on social media, I think it was yesterday or the day before, people defending that I shouldn't put up, because I found it very comical. It was that comic. I was that angry about it that I found it very comical, and so I put it on Facebook, and there was a small minority group, and I'm not talking about colours or whatever, I'm just talking about a small group that wanted me to entertain this person at 6:45, and I was then being called a bully for not entertaining this particular person at 6:45 in the morning. And I found all of this hilarious and upsetting at the same time. Because I was on Facebook Live the other day, because these are another things that I'm looking in, these are another things I'm going to be talking about today, breaking down with the evaluation here, breaking down the levels basically. And it's like, the behavior of other men, I've got to stop and say this really, the behavior of other men in 2020 is terrible. Really, really terrible. It's a time where I feel very, very, very much ashamed to consider myself a man, basically. The behaviors of some men are very just... So you got men who are texting me early hours in the morning like I'm a female. I express this so much. I am not a female. I don't know if I look like one, but I'll be a very ugly one. Okay? I don't do men. I don't know if I'm putting out the wrong signals, but I need everybody to know that I don't indulge, or I'm not fascinated by male. Only friendship. That I like male. My friends are male. You know, like, yeah. So it's a friendship. I haven't got anything, because I've got gay friends, but they know that we're not in that it's not that way inclined, if that makes any sense. But men need to get that picture that you can't be trying to approach me at 6:45 in the morning, 7 o'clock. It's not acceptable. I will either laugh you out the park when I eventually come back on at 12, or I'll be telling you some real harsh words, and I'll be putting you out there so people can see what it is I'm actually dealing with and how should I respond to certain things. Also, when I was going to the studio, obviously if you're on my socials you could check that out. I was going to the whatever, I'm constructing a tune at the minute to go with the merchandise that I'm currently making, which is 1 trillion. That's my saying, that's what I'm doing. I've been making acronyms. But yeah, back to the point, quickly, men. I was going to the studio and I seen a male figure arguing with this woman, and what I heard, what made me stop is, "Stop following me, you're not my boyfriend." I had to stop. My mum didn't bring me up this way, you know. We're men and we make some poor decisions. I tell you that now, and I'm not perfect, but you know when you see other males conducting themselves in certain manners, and he looked to me like he was gonna try to take her away. By the time I pulled out my camera, as I said, you go on my social media, me pulling out my camera, I couldn't even get him on the screen. He was running that quick. That's how I know he knows that he was way in the wrong. He was way in the wrong. Fellas, if you speak to a female, either on the social media, or you see her on the street, and you say, like for instance, "Hey, how you doing? You alright?" Such and such, whatever you tell them, however you approach women, and she doesn't give you the green light, you need to walk away, son. You need to walk away. What you're doing is it's incorrect, and it's terrible behavior. It's very shameful to your mother. Very shameful. And you should consider your actions as a man. So that's where we're at right at this point in time. Obviously, I've been conducting some troll hunting. A lot of people, like for instance, one of these people on the YouTube keeps putting up negative comments. Yes, please carry on watching. Your view is very noted, duly noted, and thank you for your view. And keep putting your negative comments. If you want to sit down in your life, pathetic little life, and watch me for the minutes I'm conducting this video for, this interval, you carry on doing that. I did look at my walls. Tell you what, soon from now I'm going to give them a lick of paint. Comical behaviour. And it's a question. So, should I accept calls at 6:45? I'm saying no. I don't care what anyone else says. Is me not replying bullying? And another question I've got. Basically, I'm going to break it down very quickly. If you're a male and you've got a female friend, here's the question. She's a friend. You've never done anything. You've never stepped out of that friend zone. Would you, as a male, give your female friend a massage, and then when you're finished, would you then accept a massage off that female? This is a question I'm going to be running around, because a little while back I had some questions and they weren't answered. What does it mean to be awoke? What does it mean to say that you woke? So everybody using it very loosely. I was talking to some people and it's like, I need to get everybody out there. What's the difference? What's the difference between a male's bottom and a female's bottom? Because they both do the same thing, release waste. But people are saying, what's the difference between the difference between a male's mouth and a male's mouth and a female's mouth? Okay, not a problem. So I had to break it down to what is the fascinations with bottoms. I wanted to know what's the difference between a pub and a bar, you know, and obviously that other question, is it appropriate for friends, male and female? Because they can have male and female friends. You can, it can work. You have to be disciplined and know who you are and know what you're all about, and it has to be on each other's terms. You have to know that we are friends and nothing more is going to happen from this. You're a friend. You know, I don't massage my male friends' backs. You know, you see where I'm going with this? Okay. And that's basically it, really, in a plain form view. That's what we're doing here. So it's a conclusion where I've taken 20 odd minutes to explain what I need to say. And this is why I say to people sometimes never anything long. But I have to explain myself, because when you're explanatory, people, I don't know if because everyone wants everything to be quick, but they don't understand anything quick. If I say something like they don't get it, I'm then leading on to say, well, you're stupid, but that's incorrect of me for calling people stupid. Their brains are just not working on that speed or that wavelength or that frequency, or they've not opened up to that avenue yet. So yes, that's basically where we are. And as I said, I've been troll hunting, as I said, and the person on here that's been leaving negative comments, I will find you and look you in your face and ask you, what have I done to upset you? So that's one of the things that I'm going to be looking into, basically. And that basically wraps it up. People say, oh, are you a doctor? This, that, the rest of it. Listen, I've helped many people. And one thing that I've promised many people is client confidentiality. And I'm going to see someone a couple of days from now. I'm not going to say the names. I'm not going to do anything. I won't ever put, unless they want to, put any, what's the word I'm looking for? When you sit down with someone, a one-to-one, any sessions, that's the one, any sessions on camera, because I'm dealing with client confidentiality. And even though I might not put them on the camera and you hear their voice, you might pick up on the person, and I'm not here for it. Client confidentiality. So if you need to get at me, you need to contact me on any of my social media, because that's where I'm at. My personal number, that is a no-go. That's never going to happen, not unless you know me personally and we develop that type of relationship. But you can catch me on Facebook, Trill. I'm on Snapchat, Dr_Love38. I'm on YouTube where you're watching this right now, which is M.Peter.R. Records. What else is there? I'm on Twitter. Yeah. Twitter, MPR Records. And I'm on Instagram, CHGM Corp. All will be explained about the different names. You just need to follow one, and from when you follow one social media, you will get everything. If that makes any sense. It will lead you all back to where you are right now watching this. Now, don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends about me. Tell everyone about me. This is the biggest thing on road, and it's coming like a tsunami. What I can say and leave you with, the reason why I'm the doctor is because I'm very, very surgical when it comes down to it. Thank you for your time. Make sure you subscribe. I keep saying it. You have to do, as I said, a repetition. So make sure you subscribe until I come back on again for evaluation. Have a good day, people. Trill ATV, never anything long.